Aloha, Michael here. Today I want to talk about motion. I have spoken about it a little bit recently, I believe yesterday actually, and I posted some videos or a video of how motion is relative. The one thing that everything has in common in the universe is motion. So we can talk about all sorts of properties of physical matter. We could talk about mass. We could talk about, spin, electrical charge, size, area. So basically, all of the different things that we can observe. And everything that we can observe, we can measure. Now, a measurement is sometimes a quantification and sometimes it's a qualification. So if we, let's say, measure our day by how we spend our time, the amount of time that we spend is not necessarily the measure of the quality of the time that we spend. So as time passes, we can say that even time moves. And where are we moving? We are moving through not only space, we are moving through four-dimensional space-time. Now, the fourth dimension of time is exactly how things operate. And when I say operate, I am referring to motion. And if you view time as the way to measure motion, now we're in the realm of physics. Physics is basically the study of motion. We can say that it's the study of the behavior of physical matter and energy. And we talk about such things as the behavior of light, and we address things such as the wave particle duality. So the wave function is basically the probability amplitude of an event that will occur. Through the action of observation, you are collapsing the wave function, and that generates the effects of physical reality. So everything that you perceive with your five basic senses is basically an effect of reality. So what's causing it? Your consciousness. When we talk about consciousness, we talk about things such as higher vibrations or frequencies, and we talk about density and emotions and the spirit and all of these things, which of course all move. So nothing is permanent. Now, even that has two meanings. Nothing is simply another way of saying nothing physical. So it's not a thing. A thing is a piece of physical reality. We can view non-physical entities as beings, and this is now just finally making even more sense to me. And when we are in a state of being, we're talking about a state of consciousness. So your streams of consciousness interact with other beings, other things, and all of these interchanges and exchanges of energy create the reality for you to observe and experience. So understand that motion is relative. What you see is going to be based upon your frame of reference, which is what we call your perspective. So right now you're seeing me, and you're using your other senses, at least one other sense. You're using your sense of sound to hear me. You may become aware of your three non-physical senses of space, motion, and time, because we were talking about time. You're thinking about time. You're feeling the passage of time. You're feeling non-physical entities such as space, time, and motion. The infinity trinity, I call that, and it's sort of a fun way to sort of just think of your experience as a human being. Your reality is a simultaneous occurrence of physical and non-physical entities. So your feelings are non-physical and they move in waves. Everything moves in waves. And there's different types of motion. There's oscillation, there's rotation, and spin is a type of rotation. Really, what we're talking about is the change of either the position of an object relative to other objects, or we are talking about the perspective. And you change your perspective, which we can also call your point of view, by simply rotating your head. You can also move your eyes, at least to a certain degree. And it's all related to motion. Everything that you observe is a different type of motion. Everything is in a constant state of being in motion, and motion is what everything does. Everything is moving. Emotions, energy in motion, and all of the things that I'm talking about can be described in terms of physics and scientific terminology. However, everything that you do observe is part of your consciousness, and we can use our imagination to generate the vision of reality that we wish to experience. So you're very powerful, and once you accept who and what you are, you'll become more aware of these abilities. All right, folks, I love you. I appreciate the time and wish for you to have the greatest day of your life.